Hello and welcome back to this episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails Cold Steel 2. Let's go ahead and commence our operation. Ruhr is the capital of Nordia Province and one of the Alliance's greatest strongholds. Make absolutely sure you're ready for anything before we go. Choosing to commence the operation will cause the main story to advance and Elise will become a mandatory member. Doing so will cause an all unfinished quest to disappear. Don't worry, we're ready. We can begin at any time. Right, we'll gather everyone in the conference room then. I'll explain exactly what we're going to be doing. Once all of Class 7 had gathered together, they were given a briefing on the operation that would take place. However, during their discussion, one point became abundantly clear. Flying the Courageous close to Ruhr would be far too dangerous. Unsure as how to proceed, they opted to consult someone more familiar with the region. Septine calendar 1204-1221 Tuesday, infiltration of Ruhr.
It sounds like you'll have no trouble getting into the Nortia province, at least.
I don't think so. The problem is getting into Ruhr City itself, or even close to it.
We can't exactly just take an airship through the airport like we're on some pleasure cruise.
And approaching the city along any of the highways is a surefire way to get arrested.
Not that there are any good places nearby to land the Courageous in the first place.
And that's why we're calling you, Gwyn. You wouldn't know of any other ways for us to get near, would you?
You came to the right person. I happen to know the perfect way.
A very fun way, too.
You do?
Too bad we don't get to see it.
You know that Shenanaguy road to the west? There's this little stream that runs along it. I used to fish in it all the time back in my younger days, I'll have you know. As it so happens, you could trace its source all the way back to the mountains of Ymir.
Hold on. So you're saying we should sail down from Ymir to Ruhr?
Exactly. It won't be the smoothest ride you've ever taken, what with the rapids and all, so you'll need to be careful. But I'd still say that taking that is your best bet for sneaking as close to the city as you can.
It sounds promising, at the very least.
I like it! It's just like being in a spy novel!
And you would know a thing or two about spies, wouldn't you?
Ouch.
Should we make our way to Ymir then?
Let's decide who's actually going first. We can only get so many people on a boat. Thank you so much for your help, Grandfather.
Oh, think nothing of it. What kind of man would I be if I didn't help my adorable granddaughter in her hour of need? And I never want to pass up a chance to put my less than adorable daughter in my debt. Sounds like my number one protege is in a bind too. I can't very well have anything happen to our wanton womanizer.
We'll help Angelica however we can. Take care, all right?
We'd go with you if we could. Unfortunately, someone's got to stay and look after the Courageous. And then there's the whole boat issue on top of that.
Please, do what you can for Angie, for me, for George, and for Crow.
We will.
Right, so, Emma, Elliot, and I think it was Gaius was the other one? Yeah. So there's 3 chests, trial chests. There's one with Elisa and Emma, one with Elliot and Gaius, and then one that has Elliot, Emma, Milliam, and Sarah. So we're going to go the route that lets us knock out 2 of them. Well, I guess, we're gonna go with the route that lets us knock out the 2 other ones, and then we'll just come back with Milliam and Sarah at some point. The group chosen to infiltrate Ruhr then headed for the mountains of Ymir. There, they boarded a boat and made their way down the streams towards the city. Same day, 1100 hours. Yeah, that would be a very rough boat ride. Well, so far so good. We've made it this far without being spotted. Looks like the provincial army doesn't have much of a presence on this side of the city. We should still exercise caution, though. Yeah, be on your guard. Now we need a strategy for infiltrating the city itself. Let's make our way toward Ruhr first. We should end up on the highway if we follow this path. Alright. And we are going to check our battle notes. This, I believe, is Spinaby Road? We've got 4 of them, and there are only 4 creatures on this. Okay, cool. One nice thing with the guides, too, is that it tells you how many monsters are in each area, so it makes it less of a guessing game. Spiritual preferences emanating from the chest, as Lisa and Emma. Blah, 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 blah.
Here they come! Careful, everyone!
Right.
However, I don't know if I've battle scoped these guys. I have not! A good catch. Ghost Tomartian. A giant acerbic tomato has obscene levels of spiciness and bitterness caused by eternal trauma. Causing all eternal trauma. Ouch. Oh no! Oh! This might not go very well. We're just gonna... Oh, but I haven't... No! Ah! I don't think I've scanned the smaller ones. Shoot.
Great stars in the heavens above! Answer to my voice and heed my call!
Oh yeah, we've already seen this one. We can skip it. Not good.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, okay. Oh man. Confuse effect is really annoying.
That takes care of them.
Overcame the trial. Okay, so I'm going to go reload that and make sure to scan that thing, and then I'll see you all right after that. Okay, we did a lot better that time. I went in and added the Grail Locket to them, which prevents all ailments, so no confuse. Ha 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 ha! Take that, game. Anyway. Go grab these chests.
If we're going to take that monster on, we'll need to be very careful.
Don't worry, we're not gonna take it on.
Oh, look! There's a treasure chest!
If we're going to take that monster on, we'll need to be very careful.
I already told you guys, we're not gonna take it on. Alright, now we're going into Ruhr. Whoops.
I hope we're strong enough to take that monster on.
Exclamation! Who are you kids? Well, see, we're travelers. We walked here from Ymir to visit. You came that far on foot? You guys do know there's a war going on, right? I wouldn't recommend just wandering around on the highways and byways. Huh? You know, you look kind of familiar. I do? Yeah, feels like I've seen you somewhere before. Can't put my finger on where, though. Actually, now that I get a better look, you're not the only one I feel like I've seen before. What should we do? I suppose I'll just have to lean on the same trick again. The less frequently we have to use it, the better, but it sure beats getting caught here. You sure you're not just imagining things? Kids these days all look the same. You can hardly tell one of them from the next. You're racking your brain over it now, but later you'll realize they just look like some faces you saw in a bar. You think? Besides, we're here on watch for signs of the Imperial Army, not teen tour groups. How much trouble can they really cause? I doubt most of this lot would even make their cut for the Imperial Army. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright then, you guys are clear to head on through. You can go about your business, but I'd better not catch wind of you causing any trouble, you hear? Yes, sir. You won't find us causing trouble, sir, if you'll excuse us. Ruhr, the industrial metropolis. We haven't visited Ruhr in a long time, but how did we get in so easily? Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. One of them clearly suspected us of something, so it strikes me as fishy that he didn't even check his wanted list. Imagine the other soldiers' intervention saved us all. I'm glad I didn't have to use witchcraft again, at least. That's gonna bug me, but at least we're in. Time to gather some information. That's right. We need to find out where Mother and Angelica are. Yes, we do. And there's a few ways that we can do that. First is by going in here. Oh? Never expected that I'd bump into all of you around here. Hugo, it's great to see you again. Rosine and Becky told us that you'd disappeared, so they're both doing well then. Good. In fact, why don't you give me the rundown of what you've been up to all this time? You've got me curious now. Everyone gave Hugo a rough outline of all that they'd been up to since the war broke out. So Becky's on the Courageous now, is she? Of course she is. I can hardly think of a more Becky move. But you're here on business? This company is one of the RF store's biggest clients, so that doesn't really surprise me. That's right. It was backbreakingly difficult, but once I helped Becky escape, I made it back home to Heimdall. For all of its issues, it's still probably the safest place in the country. Always calmest in the eye of the storm, you know. That does make sense, even though Fiona wasn't exactly safe when she was there. Relatives of Norn reformists and Class 7 members are a noticeable exception, but I can see it being a safe place for most. Heading over there on your own is pretty bold though. You're tougher than you look. Bear in mind, the city's not without its problems. The flow of information is under tighter lockdown than anywhere else. Ordinary citizens can't even approach the palace by foot or by vehicle, and no one knows where the Imperial family is. Or what's going on within the Alliance, for that matter. Nobody's got any idea what they intend to do next. Figures. And then you haven't heard anything about where Angelica or my mother could be? Afraid not. I've taken a few business trips to Ruhr since the war started, but I haven't heard a peep about them. It's not like I can stroll on into the Rhineford corporate HQ and start asking questions either. Sorry I can't be of more help. Don't be, you've given us plenty of useful information as it is. But just be careful if you keep up all the city hopping, okay? Oh yeah, city, okay. Right back at you, and give my regards to Becky if you wouldn't mind. Will do! See who's over here. Yeah! Exclamation! Rain? Huh? Lind? Lind! Haha, glad to see you're doing well. That's my line. I've missed you. What are you doing in Ruhr? That's a long story. Got a few minutes to spare? They gave Lind a basic rundown of everything that happened and told her what they were doing in Ruhr. So Vivi's okay. Oh, thank goodness. Yep, she's our observer on the Courageous right now. How wonderful. We're always happy to deliver good news. I'm sure Vivi will be thrilled to know that we found you as well. Well, more so than usual, I mean. So you've been working here part-time? That's right. I escaped the academy with a small group of people, and after a while we all ended up in Ruhr. Although, to be honest, I've been going a little stir-crazy, wanting to go out and search for Vivi. I've been so worried. I couldn't muster up the courage to leave town and go wandering through a war-torn country on my own, though. Yeah, not a great strategy, that one. You made the right call, as painful as it might have been. By the way, you wouldn't have happened to have heard anything about Angelica and Irina Ranford's whereabouts, would you? Sorry, I haven't. I wish I could be a little more helpful. Oh no, please don't worry about it. Well, something's clearly happening behind closed doors in this town, so we're gonna keep investigating. But you don't have to worry about that. We can handle that on our own, so you just keep doing what you're doing. If you insist, be careful. If there's ever anything I can do to help, just come and find me. I won't be going anywhere. We will, thanks. We found Lind! Vivi is going to be very happy. We're going to go up the wrong way. Is there any unique dialogue in this one for going the wrong way? I guess not. Rhineford Group Headquarters. Well, this building looks the same as it ever did, except for the new guards, of course. Yeah, it sure wasn't the provincial army last time we were staying here. Angelica did say that Mother was locked away somewhere, but it definitely didn't sound like this was the place. I'm sure that things are pretty chaotic inside with her officially missing, though. Exclamation! Good day, Lord Ragnar. Please allow me to take your belongings. Good man. That's... You know that guy? We're not exactly friends, but yeah. He's the director of First Factory, Heidel Ragnar. He's also Angelica's uncle. Director Heidel Ragnar. My. It sometimes feels as though the work will never end. Serving as the group's acting chairman is no easy task. It's no wonder Irina ended up falling ill working like this. I do so hope she'll be fit to return to work before too long. Indeed. Well, if you need me, I'll be unwinding on the 24th floor for the time being. Bring some tea along a little later, would you? Much obliged. I would have asked the chairman's maid for that, but alas, she is nowhere to be found. But, sir, that floor is... What was that, Dalton? Is there something you want to say to me? No, sir. Not at all. Did he say acting chairman? So that guy's standing in for your mother, Elisa. He had mentioned her being ill, too. What a load of nonsense. There's no way she's sick. And that aside, the 24th floor is my family's home. That's right. That's where we stayed during our field study. He may be part of the 4 great houses, but that does not excuse taking advantage of the chairman's absence to do as he pleases. But staying in someone else's home uninvited feels really wrong. It'd be one thing if he just took over the company, but this feels like he's trampling on our personal lives too. Still, given the way things are right now, there's no way we can get any closer to the building. Yeah, we're going to have to gather information somewhere else right now. We'll go to the cathedral.
I'm pleased to hear that everything seems to be going well for you. I believe it was the goddess's guidance that brought you here after all. I may be limited in what I can do to aid you, but know that you have my full support.
Thank you, Father. I will keep striving to do everything I can. Now, if you'll excuse me. Welcome to Ruhr Cathedral.
Have you all come to pray for the goddess's guidance?
Strange. I've never seen her around here before.
Again, I love ultra wide. Otherwise, you wouldn't see that she just stops like one step past them.
I guess she must be new. Kind of an odd time to take your vows as a sister, huh?
True. I guess the church may be working on its own independent initiatives to bring the war to an end.
Makes sense.
That's very possible.
Alright. Now, go to where Instructor Mary, where her family is. Ah, and an Instructor Mary! Exclamation! Oh my, if it isn't Class 7! Instructor Mary? It's so great to see you, Instructor. Nice to see you again. I can't believe my eyes. This all feels like a wonderful dream. If it is, I don't want it to be woken up. I managed to flee Trista with a number of students in tow a while ago, and together we made our way here. I've been staying at Mint's house ever since. Oh, yeah. It's Makarov's house. Well, Mint's house, I guess, but Makarov's family. I'm not sure where she is right now, sadly. We were together at one point, but next I looked, she was gone. Oh, don't worry, we know where she is. Yeah, she mentioned that. But there's no need to worry about her. She's been flying around with us aboard the Courageous. Really? That's fantastic news. Oh, Idios, thank you so much. But wait, what are you doing here in the first place? Well, the group gave Instructor Mary a very brief summary of their plans and Ruhr and how they got there. I see. It's hard to avoid the unpleasant rumors about the Marquis and his family of late. I haven't seen Angelica for quite a while either. I just hope she's alright. Well, we better get back to looking for clues. I'm afraid we need to be off now, Instructor. It was great to see you again. Likewise, I won't stop you from doing what you're doing, but try not to expose yourself to more danger than necessary. Duly noted. Duly noted indeed. And then I think we gotta go back down. Of course, we're gonna go the wrong way, just cause. This way, right? Yeah, this way.
Been a while since we were last in Ruhr Airport.
Yeah, not since our field study here.
Actually, I think this is the first time we've actually been in Ruhr Airport. This might be the first time we've actually had a good look at a proper airport at all. Nice. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Ruhr Airport. Think this is the same airliner we boarded back in Breahard? It might be. It's not like the war put an end to air travel. I don't see the Lusitania around here anywhere though. Not that that comes as a huge surprise. That's that really, really big passenger ship. The really fancy one. Not the Pantagruel. The, we saw the little model in the Rhineford building during the first game. Why does that name sound so familiar? It's a huge luxury passenger liner built by the Third Factory. It's one of the company's most famous creations, but from what I've heard, it was seized by the Alliance. Worse yet, Duke Cayenne supposedly made it his personal ship too. Looks like the rumors might actually be true. That guy's unbelievable. He probably wouldn't have dared if the chairman was in her rightful position. Putting that aside for now, we should look around. We might be able to find something useful around here. Let's see. Summer's around here. We can find a certain someone. Ah! Oh, Ricky, where are you? I know you're supposed to be somewhere in Ruhr, but I hope I can find some clue as to where you've gone. Anton's still looking for Ricky. I think that's, I don't think we talked to anyone else. I think we just go straight back to Ruhr. Oops. Yeah.
We're not getting anywhere. Especially when the Alliance has this city so completely under control.
That's for sure. Wandering around's given us a lot of information, but none of it actually relates to why we're here. Could there be something we're missing?
It's mine.
I can't imagine you're getting a call from someone on the Courageous either. There's no way they're within calling range.
Well, only one way to find out who our mystery caller is. Hello?
Is that you, Elisa? It's Yuna. How have you been?
Exclamation!
Yuna, what a pleasant surprise! I'm doing just fine. How about you?
Me too, but more to the point. I realize this is a bit sudden, but could you come meet me at the diner? We've got something really important to discuss with you.
If it's that important, then sure. Hold on. How did you even know I was back in Ruhr?
I'll tell you that when I see you. Anyway, later.
Wait, hold on! She hung up on me.
Yuna's one of your friends, right?
That's right. She told me she has something important to talk to us about. She wants us to meet her at Devance's diner near the city's west exit.
It's not like we've got any better leads. Let's head on over.
I mean, Elisa would be a very recognizable person. You can also buy the chapter 11 and 12 of the original Gambler Jack from there. But anyway, we will go to the diner. If I can...
Well, it's open. There aren't any customers in there, though. Yuna, Devance, are you in there?
Oh, there you are. It's open.
Well, if you say so.
Thanks.
Yuna! Devance!
Hey there, Elisa. I see you've got your friends with you.
Oh, I've missed you, Elisa. I'm so happy to see you're all right.
Yeah, same here. So, what was it that you wanted to talk to me about?
Oh, you know.
Please, allow me to explain. I've been eagerly anticipating your arrival, Class 7.
Sister? Wait, didn't we just meet you back in the cathedral? What brings you here?
Double exclamations.
Wait a second. You sound a lot like... Are you... You couldn't be.
Oh, but I am.
It really is you.
Angelica?
Oh, hey, guys. I sure wasn't expecting you to come all the way out here after our talk.
I never would have expected to find you in that getup of all things.
Yeah.
You're the last person I picture when I think sister, so the thought never even crossed my mind.
Then my disguise worked even better than I thought it would. Finally, all that crap that got drilled into my head on how to be a lady while growing up came in handy.
I suppose that works, even if it's not exactly how it was intended.
Moving right along. What made you disguise yourself in the first place?
Oh, I'll explain that while I'm bringing you up to speed on everything else. Devance, you mind bringing out some hot drinks for us?
Sure thing.
So that's how you ended up coming here. I should have known telling you guys not to worry would make you do exactly the opposite. What else did you think it would do? We couldn't just ignore it. What if you're in trouble? The situation here is even worse than I thought it'd be, too. Heidel Ragnar seems to have complete control over the whole company. I'm afraid so. About half of the factories in town have been shut down. The ones that are still active are being used to make arms and the like for the Noble Alliance. Word is, they're using them to make more soldats, too. Dots. The people here appear to be increasingly unhappy with the nobility, too. Did you run away from the home because you wanted to try and do something about what's happening here? Basically, yeah. I'm the daughter of the family that rules this province. I figured I've gotta try and do something. Right now, I'm in the middle of gathering supporters within the provincial army in the city. 2 of which are Devance and Yuna. Knowing that you have supporters in the provincial army as well is certainly encouraging. Wait, is that soldier who allowed us to come into the town one of them? You got it. He must have noticed you were friends of mine and decided to let you through. That said, I don't have all that many supporters in the army. Most are still loyal to my father. And surprising as it may be, my father feels kind of guilty about the occupation of Heimdall. He does? That really is a surprise. He's part of the 4 great houses, so I assumed he was in favor of all the stuff the Alliance is doing. He's no fan of the reformists, but his loyalty to His Majesty is genuine. I guess he's just one example of how the Alliance isn't totally united from within. Just before I left home, we ended up getting into a big argument. And right in the middle of it, he shouted, "If you're so damn sure you're right, prove it to me with brute force." I'm not sure how to respond to that. He sounds a lot more manly than I was expecting. Reminds me of Dad, actually. Still, if he's willing to listen that way, it must be he has doubts about what the Alliance is doing, right? That's what I figure. Anyway, right now he's taking command of the army over at the Schwarzstreik barrier. Meanwhile, a few of the soldiers there are waiting for my word to act. And we've got a few armored cars and soldats available to us too. So when the time comes, I intend to give Father exactly what he wants. I'll beat my way into him. As you can see, there's not really much you can do. This is between me and my father. It's a Ragnar family issue. I'm happy you cared enough to come all the way here, but would you mind leaving this to me? But I'm afraid I can't do that. This isn't just a Ragnar family issue. Ruhr and, above all else, the Reinford Company are both just as involved. Maybe you could argue that it has nothing to do with my classmates, but it has everything to do with me. Huh. Yeah, I guess so. You want to settle things with your father with your own hands, and I want to rescue my mother with mine. So please, Angelica. Won't you let me help you? Wow, you're really something, Elisa. Haha. I still say it has plenty to do with us too. We couldn't possibly sit idly by, not with Ruhr as it is, and your mother being held captive, Elisa. We've come all the way out here, we might as well do something. You're all sure? And besides, not only did we receive plenty of help from your mother, Elisa, but you helped us too, Angelica. You helped us to the point of angering your father and getting expelled from the academy, remember? Can't you give us a chance to pay you back for all we owe you? Me getting pulled out of doors wasn't your fault at all. I just wanted to rebel against Father, and I paid the price for it. Paid the price. Ay, jeez. Not that anything I say will dissuade you now that you've made your minds up. I know how you guys work. Then it's okay? Yep, I'd be happy to have your help. Let's settle things with my father, rescue Irina, and put things back to normal in Ruhr. Together. Right, says everybody. After a few pleading words, Angelica accepted Class 7's assistance. The matter settled, they then reported back to Toa on the Courageous, using the orbital computer in the diner. Thank goodness, I'm so glad they were able to meet up with you, Angie. Angie, just what are you wearing? I make for a pretty hot sister, don't I? I'm glad I got the chance to show you my perfect and oh so very beautiful disguise while I still had it on. For the love of Adios. Anyway, we're going to stay and help Angelica with what she's been doing. You should be able to free Ruhr from the Alliance's control. Okay then, we'll do all we can to support you from here. Do you know where the chairman is then? Actually, hold on. Didn't you say you found out where she's being held, Angelica? Oh yeah, I haven't told you yet, have I? She's up at the Sachsen iron mine. More specifically, or Saxon iron mine. More specifically, she's on board the Eisengraf that's currently stopped in its freight station. I can show you the way once we get there. The Eisengraf? We last saw it on our way to Gorelia Fortress, didn't we? It was seized by the Alliance, and then my uncle decided it was his to play with. It's pretty ritzy on the inside, and she's not being treated all that badly. But the real problem is the security. It's all being handled by Jaegers! Exclamation! Now that I know what you mean. From what I've heard, Director Heidel, maybe it's Heidel, was never able to look my mother in the eye. You can tell that he wants her as far away as possible so he can wrest control of the company. But since he's limited in how far he can actually go, he's put her there. And if what you're saying is right, once we rescue your mother, regaining control of the company shouldn't be so difficult. Yep, rescuing your mom is going to be the hard part. Everything from there should be downhill. That means you won't need to worry about her being used as a hostage against you. Plus, you'll be able to focus on things at the Schwarzdrake barrier without needing to worry about things in Ruhr. Sounds like we're good to go. Let's just review the operation one more time. First, we go to the Saxon Iron Mine and Free Arena. Second, we rescue Ranford's company headquarters from my uncle and place him under arrest. Third, we head to the Schwarzdrake barrier and settle things with Father. That's a lot to do, and we're gonna need to be quick about it. We don't want to give the Marquis time to come to us before we can get to him. Yeah, we're going to need to make sure we've got all we need before starting. Once we start, there's no turning back. We're gonna need you two for backup, Toa George. You can count on us. We'll be waiting as close to Ruhr as we possibly can so that we can rush in if you need us. Take care, and good luck. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's get ready and head for the mine. Right. Angelica joined the party. The number of members in the party has temporarily increased to 7. About Angelica's Master Quartz. The Master Quartz Angelica is equipped with emblem has a special effect. Regardless of what they would have been, all battles randomly have a chance of becoming triple advantage encounters when she leads the party. Battles initiated by foes are of no exception, so setting Angelica as your party leader is highly recommended. I'll show that real quick. So, emblem. Really? Does it not let us... Okay, whatever. Fine. So, we can't, I can't show you yet, but...
Well then, off we go.
I can do this.
Dare I ask if you intend to travel dressed like that?
Naturally. I'm as loved as Adios herself around these parts.
Is this really her?
So we want to go this way, I believe. Anyway, we will continue on to rescue Irina in the next episode. So until then, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye for now.